I don't know. I never know. But hello! I'm going back to London on Tuesday, but I am in Wales for the next day and a bit. And it's been a nice little relaxing. I haven't been very far. I've walked up the road with my niece and nephew and then back again. And then back again because we thought that she might have dropped her sunglasses on the way. They disappeared, but it turns out not. So I retraced my steps. So I've been for a fairly long walk, really. Hello, Fox. Hello, Philip. A fairly long walk twice, and that's about it. It's mostly rained. I don't mean to say it like that, but it's mostly rained in Wales. It's been quite a nice day, apart from the rain, and it's Halloween tomorrow. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Philip. Hello, Fox. Hello, anyone that's here. And it's rained, and it's rained, and it's rained. It's rained a lot. It's rained an incredible amount. And my brother came yesterday and played this guitar and said, well, someone's got to play it well, because you're not going to. And I said, what? And he said, ha. And he said, you got this tuned really high, but he might have tuned it lower, I don't know. Possibly, because it sounds like somebody's tuned it and it wasn't me. It certainly wasn't me. So, yes. Oh, I've just got breaking news. Oh, unfortunately, Brazil is exactly the same as it was before. So that's not good news for the rainforest. That's breaking news for you. That the news is not very good and everything is horrible and we're all gonna suffer and everything is horrible and everything is terrible. And hey, we're just gonna have to accept that because it's the way that it is, and everything looks like it's gonna get worse again, and everything is gonna stay terrible, and everything is very, 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 very bad. Hooray! But Doctor Who was alright, I suppose, and maybe it'll get better. Who even knows? I don't know. So it's been a couple of days. I've been here a week and a bit, and back I go to London because I've got work on Wednesday, not tomorrow, not Tuesday. I'm travelling back on Tuesday. That'll be fun. But I don't know what's happening with the weather. It's all gone very horrible. Not a lot's happened really. Mainly this week I've been playing stupid games on my phone and I'm waiting for the rain to stop, and it didn't. So that's really all that's happened. Hey! So I don't know what's happening in your neck of the woods, whether anything exciting has happened. I'm just like thinking, I haven't been very well for most of the week. I've just been like, what? Like Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, I was just like, the whole day I was just like, And so, yeah! Great. And look at the state of my hair. I washed it and now it's gone all weird. I think it's the water here because it's very hard water in London, so my hair goes very flat. And there's very soft water in Wales, and so it goes like this. I did the same thing to it. It's more or less the same shampoo. It's like Child's Farm shampoo is the only one that doesn't make my scalp go all completely horrible. But this is just wash it and leave it, and it goes sort of, I don't know how you can explain this really. It's not curly, it's not straight, it is what it is. Oh my goodness me. I've got a froggy in my throat. So everything is really terrible, and that's just it. But yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of arguments. I tell you what, because I visit here, and me and my mum and dad tend to just argue. That's all that happens. Oh yes, well it's fine. I've got quite a lot of it. It's good shampoo. It's very gentle, very gentle, very gentle. And what I like most about it is it's sort of all in one. There's one where you could just use it as a shower gel or bath soap and a conditioner and also a shampoo. So I'm low maintenance, really. It's like just use the one thing for everything, and it's just like very handy. It smells nice. It smells of things like rhubarb and custard and strawberries and mint and things like that. It's very nice indeed. For a long time I was doing the no shampoo method of hair because my hair does not like shampoo generally. So I was using the no shampoo method, which is usually just sort of wash it with water or bicarbonate of soda for quite a few years. But I mean, well, my nan kept saying, "Oh, I wish you'd use shampoo. Oh, I can't believe you don't use shampoo." And it was like, it's fine. It's like, whatever. If I use shampoo, it will go horrible. But she's like, "Oh, you have to use shampoo." So in the end, I'm like, well, I suppose so. So I bought some of this, and I've just kept buying it. Sounds like I'm sponsored by them. I'm not. It's just there's not many shampoos. I went to like I want to say Heath and Heather, Holland and Barrett, Wet and Wild, Wild and Woolly. I don't know. There's a place in Nick Compton Street. That sounds no. There's a health food shop. Fresh and Wild. That's it. Fresh and Wild. I went there once, and I got Jason's. I think it was called. And I was like, whoa, look, this is all fresh and natural, and it's gonna be amazing. And I used it, and my hair just looked like you put cooking oil and wax on it, and it really didn't work, and my scalp went bleh, and it just went bleh. I've got, I've done my genes, and one of my genes is you are not prone to dandruff. It's like, I might not be prone to dandruff, but I am prone to putting anything on my hair and it just going, no, definitely not, and just turning into a heap of dust on the floor. So that's basically what happens when I put anything on my skin. If I put soap on my skin, that's not very, very gentle. My skin goes, no, do not do that to me. And if I put shampoo on my hair that is not very, very gentle, my hair goes, no, absolutely not. And nothing works very well with me. I'm allergic to pretty everything, to everything, but it's not really an allergy. It's more just no. It's not an allergy. It is just no. Oh no, is it? Why? Oh, are you going away for a long time, like to China or South America or Africa or the Philippines or Antarctica or somewhere else that there isn't any internet to be seen? Oh, you're off back home. Do you know that the internet can be found in the whole entire world? But thank you very much for watching. I don't know where you're going that doesn't have internet. Are you going to Mars, or maybe they don't have internet on Mars or Venus, or I want to say Uranus or the Sun. They definitely don't have internet on the Sun because of the waves from the Sun will interfere with the waves from the Wi-Fi, I should think. From Saturn's moon, I knew it, because it's very temperate there and the weather's lovely there. Saturn's moon, which one of Saturn's moons is it? I believe it's got quite a few, more than two. Saturn's moons are very nice this time of year, especially. It does have many. You're gonna have to be exactly, Philip, that's what I said. It's got several dozen, if not more. Saturn's moon, and it's also got a ring, So has Jupiter. So has probably most of the outer planets that you can't see them though. Most of the outer planets have got invisible rings, and if you go in them, then you will go, ooh, that was pretty. And they are very, very dusty, like my hair. If I put the wrong shampoo on them, the wrong shampoo? The rom-com shampoo, the rom-com shampoo. That's not what I meant at all. But it's been very nice. If nobody watches this again, I'm not going to be at all surprised. I'm on the, what is well known as the clock app, if you know what I mean. Is it one of the moonlight moons? You've got loads, exactly. You have got loads. But have a lovely time on Saturn's moons, because it could be very nice this time of year. That's weird. It's like somebody else is holding my head. It's a Halloween disguise. What was I going to say? I don't know. I've lost the thread of everything. Button moon, yeah, exactly. Oh no, I'm so sorry. That's very sad. Oh dear. Anyway, life is very sad. I found this book. Anyway, let's change the subject. Thanks. No, my sympathies. Like, where do I go back from there? No. Oh, I'll show you a book. Look at this book. The Psychic Explorer. It's got all stuff in it. All, ooh, look. And you go and you say, oh, look, what does my life hold? And it's all nonsense, of course, because, I mean, some people believe in this sort of thing. And sometimes I go, poo-poo to this thing. And somebody goes, oh, I believe in everything about it. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. Me too. But, yes, sorry to hear that. Very safe travels. But it's got all stuff in it. Ceremonial magic. Ooh. Oh gosh, I think I know this. I think this is there might be a spell in this on how to get better self-esteem and not to feel like you're ugly. And I remember and it said, do this spell it might be a different book. Do this spell far from your house. Do not do it anywhere near where you live. And I was like, fuck, I can't be bothered with that. So I am back in Wales until Tuesday. Psychic balls, exactly. Anyway, I did this spell in my bedroom. Not this room. The room that I used to be in, which is another little back room. And I did it. It was a very cramped little room. And I did this spell for self-esteem. And I did all the spells and the incantations. And I think I lit candles and la. Anyway, I was like, yeah. And nothing really happened in terms of me feeling better about myself. But a couple of weeks later, I was in that room and a load of flies came out of this has probably got nothing to do with the spell, but a load of flies came out of there's like a fireplace, very much like this fireplace. See this fireplace there? It was very much like that, only, in a different room. And there'd been a horrible smell coming from it for quite a while. Anyway, hundreds of little flies came out of it, and I was just like, it's like a horror film. It's like something out of a horror film, and they just came whizzing out, and I was just like, so I just kept spraying, and then I just had dead flies, like not a few dead flies, hundreds of dead flies, and eventually I think we found there was a pigeon up the flue, which I think still had a little thing on its leg. So you've got 3 glue guns, okay. Whatever floats your boat. Anyway, I don't think doing a spell in your room was a good idea. I don't think it had anything to do with that. I think it was purely coincidence. But very soon after I did the spell that you're not supposed to do in your room because terrible things happen. Terrible things did happen. A sticky situation with the glue gun, exactly. It's very good for creating them, but probably not very good for solving them. But it puts things back together. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, nobody watches me anymore. This is what I was going on about. I'm losing the audience and just hemorrhaging audience. Everything. I've been putting things up on, as what people say, the clock app, also known as the Talkie Tick, Tick Tock, Tock, Tick Tick Tock. I don't know whether you're allowed to say it on this app because it's a different app. Anyway, okay, 2 quarters and 2 wired glue guns. That's a lot of glue guns. I have put 3 videos up in the last 3 days and they've had practically nobody watching them, which is terrible when that happens. And maybe they weren't the best videos in the world, but what is? And you look at other people's content and you go, how have they got thousands and thousands and millions upon millions of followers and views? And I am lucky to get like 5. And I'm like, well, maybe my content is pooey. Yes, but so is some of the other people's. I'm just sounding bitter now. And I'm just like, what's so special about everybody else? And it's not that. They are all special. Everybody's special and beautiful in their own way, obviously. You're all wonderful. Everyone's wonderful. That I'm not. And I can't get anybody to watch me. And I'm not really actually. Going by the evidence of this, I'm not really that surprised. Anyway, I did one the other day about I suddenly thought somebody was talking about Cilla Black, and I remembered a food-related incident. I met Cilla Black once, and she told me never to eat things in, it was like a sort of, they had little food on trays, and I was like, being a very poor journalist at the time, didn't have much money. I was a very poor journalist in all senses of the world, in all senses of the word, but especially I didn't have any money because I'd spent most of it because I wouldn't get expenses because I thought it's my own fault. If I go to things outside my own work, it's my own fault. And somebody said after ages, I could have got expenses, but I'm like, no, I've brought this upon myself. I don't know what it was about me. Anyway, I would live for these events because back in the day you had little food on trays, and the people would come around and you go, yum, food, and you would be like, yum, that was the only food that I've got to eat in the whole week. Not quite that bad, but nearly that bad. Anyway, Cilla Black said when I was like, oh no, I never have any of this food. She's like, no, only eat wrapped foods at these events because they mess with it. And I'm like, I don't think they do generally, but obviously there was something about Cilla Black that somebody must have tainted her food or poisoned her in some way, and she knew about it, and she was very well aware that she wasn't as popular as she could have been. I mean, she was the nation's sweetheart in one way, but also probably, I imagine, quite a ruthless and tough businesswoman in other ways, and maybe might have annoyed people. Who knows? So only eat rat food, she said. So on that note, I did 8 celebrities, very minor celebrities that I'd met, and food or drink related anecdotes, which I thought that'll be good. Maybe I'll get a few people watching that, but no, about 5 people saw that. Nobody was interested. I was like, I was going to make a series because I've met a lot of very minor celebrities and some that have gone on to be quite big actually, and so I've got little silly anecdotes that are fairly banal, and I was like, maybe I'll make a series of this, but based on the fact that the 8 that I put in got no views at all, really, probably not worth doing, but I thought it was a good idea at the time. I stopped really being a journalist because I was so jealous. Oh, that sounds like hey na intro round. That's David Byrne. Anyway, I was so jealous of all the celebrities when I used to interview them and meet them that I was like, I'd ask them, how come you're famous? How did you get famous? How did you get your break? How did you get... And I would be like trying to pick their brains to find out how I could get a successful career where I didn't have to go to events and eat all the food and go, I've eaten this week. No, it wasn't that bad, but it felt that bad at times. I did scrimp and save, so much so that a friend of mine once sent me a food parcel, and I was very embarrassed about that. I mean, it was a full-time job, and this is a long time ago. This is before the current cost of living crisis. I was struggling to make ends meet with a full-time job because I was not getting paid very much. And most of my money went on rent, and there wasn't anything left. I think I made a mistake. Good evening. Hello. Yes, I made the mistake. Do I do political comedy? Barely. I might have done at some point. But I made the mistake when I first moved to London of spending, I thought, I'm rich now. Because the Professionals had just come out I suddenly got interested in the Professionals TV show. I have no idea why. And I started buying those. and they came out to quite a lot of money. And I spent so much money on the full entire set of the series that I had an overdraft for pretty much the whole entire time that I was working. I was very, very overdrawn. I really don't know, because I didn't get paid for nearly 2 months, for the first 2 months. So whereas I thought, oh, I've got loads of money, enough money for leisure and everything. I'm the sort of person, if I get a little bit of money, I spend it, and then I spend it again, and then I think, oh, I've got that extra money, I'll spend it again. I'm not so much that person now, but I was that sort of person. Definitely, I would be that sort of person. But I'm also the sort of person that that remembers everything that went wrong. It's a completely separate issue, but the last few days I've been remembering all the embarrassing things that I've done, or the terrible things that I've said to people that I thought they don't like me anymore because I said that terrible thing, that what seemed like a minor thing, just because I blurred. You might have noticed this watching any of my videos. If there's a lull in the conversation, I'll say something really stupid and inadvisable. It's probably better that there's no face-to-face contact here, because I'd probably say something really stupid that I didn't mean to say, that I didn't even mean. Like, I'll say something horribly offensive or just cutting that I don't mean, I didn't mean to say, and then I go, what the hell have I just said that for? That's a stupid thing to say. Just something just ridiculous. Like, I don't know whether I've told you about everything you say gets you into trouble. I can relate, definitely. Because I just lie. I mean, it's not as bad as when I was a kid. I used to lie awake at night remembering all the stupid things I did, or things that mistakes that I'd made, and I'd go, no, and I'd remember them for years afterwards. Like, ridiculous things. Like, I had some homemade Christmas ornaments that my mum had made, and I was a member of a guides troupe, and the person that was in charge had asked everyone to bring in Christmas decorations. I brought these Christmas decorations in to lend to her, and shortly afterwards I'd stopped going to guides, so I never got the Christmas decorations back. And my mum had not told me that I could lend these Christmas decorations to the guide troupe. So she was like, get them back. So I did actually go around their house and say, can I have the Christmas decorations back? And they're like, oh, we've packed them away, you can't have them. And it meant nothing to them that they had my Christmas decorations that were actually my mum's. I think they were Mr. Men. My mum had made, like, that's it, yeah. They were cloth Mr. Men, and they were quite good. My mother was very annoyed that I'd given them away. I just lent them. And I, for years afterwards, would wake up at night going, no, I can't believe that I'd done that, and I'm never going to get them back. When I was like 3, a person had come round my house and demanded, it was my birthday party, and they said, we've come round to your party, you have to give us a gift. So they made me give them a sailor doll that I had, and it was like, and when we were moving, which was more than a year later, I was like, I want the sailor doll back. And I'd still, years later, I've given away my sailor doll. Oh no. And they didn't give it back, obviously. But I did find this when I was looking. Like, I was looking, I might have showed you my dolls and toys. Like, I found this other one. I remembered that I did have a rag doll as well. This rag doll, yeah. And it had a face, and it was a nice face. But at some point, the face has fallen off, and my helpful mother, has painted a new face on, and it is maybe not as successful as it could have been, and the hair probably. Anyway, this is the state of the face that my mother has put on my. This is not what it looked like. This is not how I remember it. Thank you. But the ragdoll, this ragdoll is still intact, mostly intact. The hair is a little bit like wrong, but that face, I would say it's a face that only a mother can love. It's quite right, because my mother obviously thought that was a good one. Exactly, where that face, I was looking at it going, no, this is not the original face. I think the eyes might be right. That they're like sewn on eyes, so I'm thinking, I don't think she did that. I think that's how the eyes looked, which is not great. But this is not the face. This is not the face. This is a horror movie doll. I mean, not like my other doll that I showed. It's still back in London now. My other doll, and they're good bear. Even the bear with the scar on it. I know. It's just like with yeah. I mean, I did say that I threw the bear out of my cot, and it caught fire. But now, looking at this, I'm like, maybe this is what I was trying to get rid of, not the bear. It's like, of all the toys, because this is a toy that I've had my whole life. Looking at me, I'm just like, what? I mean, Chucky has got nothing on this. I mean, it's looking angry at me now. I'm imagining this, but it's like, what the? No, it's horrible. Just the ingratitude of me that my mother has actually put this. Does it bite? It probably does bite. This is, I mean, what? I'd forgotten about it. This is it. I blanked that out of my memory until I found it in a box. We were looking for some other stuff. My dad has lost his headphones, and there was a heat pad, and we had to clear out when I was here before. BBC Repair Shop. He's like, yes, this is my childhood toy. It's got a tragic story behind it in that it's tragic. I suppose I could tell the story about my teddy bear and the burning, and the fact that maybe the teddy bear did burn, and this is like a hellish night's. This is I've gone to hell, and this is what I saw. Maybe it's what happened. It's like condemned to remember all the bad things that happened. And look at this doll. This probably is what yeah. You know, you saw it on Twitter. I had a toenail fell off a couple of weeks ago, and another one fell off this week. It was just like, oh, because I bruised them a while ago. So they grow back a little while, and you go, yay, because it takes a year for them to grow back. It's like the third one on this foot and the second one on this foot. They take a year to grow back, and then because of the bruise and the blister underneath, they're not really attached to the nail bed properly anymore. So they just completely. This one, there was still a little bit attached to it, and it eventually came off. But this one, it just came off in one piece. But I've still got it on the mantelpiece. It's like, yeah, it did hit. Yeah, once they go, they're not coming back. They're like, we'll pretend for a little while that you've got a toenail, and you're like, yay, my toenail has come back, and then it's not. But it's like a sort of it. When you look at it, it doesn't look too bad, because the initial damage is healed. It just looks like it's just like there's nothing there at all. You can't really tell unless you knew. It's just a soft rather than a hard bit, but the actual outer bit has come, and it's just whatever it is underneath is there, and it looks just look at it. I mean, you can't really tell. It just looks like a bit of a gnarly toe. I'm just looking at it, but it's not there anymore. So yes. So I had a bit of a week, and I was so ill on Wednesday. I don't know why. I just get ill, and I just like headache and stomach ache, and what I used to call a body headache. I've said it before, that everyone used to. I've had them since I was a child. I'm gonna blame this doll. My body headache that everybody goes, ha ha ha, that's so funny. Body headache. You can't have a body headache. It's but it is, because it's all over the body, and everything aches and everything goes wrong. But I've also got an unimaginable headache that makes me like, so it's a headache that takes over my body. It is a body headache, and it is horrible, and I do not know what it is. I have been and asked people before, but to no avail. I never found out what it is, but every few weeks I'm just like, and just completely done in, and a heavy stone's definitely gonna make your nail go all red and black. And what you got? Fingernails? Somebody, I've missed some of this. Top chat, no. Live chat, no. All of it, yes. You grew it. You have lobster DNA. You regrew it. Well, the fingernails do eventually come back, but I think fingernails take about 3 or 4 months, but toenails take a year. I don't know why toenails take so long. They're very slow growing, like turtles. I don't know why turtles aren't made of toenails. I don't even know why I brought up turtles. But I mean, when I came the last time to Wales, I got a mystery box. So I've got this that I haven't tried, and I'm going to try this nice moisturiser, not on my toe possibly, because it's very posh cream that I think is worth hundreds of pounds, made of ginseng and what does it say? Crema superhydrante desfatigante. I don't know what that says. I can't read it in this light. Anyway, but it's got, look at this. It's got a little thing, so you don't have to. You go like that. Yeah, like a little scoopy spoon thing. Scoopy, scoopy, scoop. So I've got lovely, and I'm hoping that unlike the shampoo and soap, that doesn't turn me into a big pile of sand. But it probably will, because most things do. So I need to be careful. So on that bombshell, I'm going to just. This is just hideous. All right, I'm going to go now. I will see you again next week, and have a good week, everybody. And if I don't see you again, I have a good journey back to Saturn's moons, and I hope everything works out. And well, it's not going to work out, but I hope everything is. I don't know what to say in these situations. I hope you're all right. Anyway, I hope everybody's toenails and fingernails grow back. And bye, and have a great week. And yes, and I'm left with this. It looks like a straitjacket, doesn't it? It's just like a Batman villain. That's what this is. A Batman villain is going to Arkham Asylum, and so probably will I. Bye. Have a very nice work. Nice week. Bye. I should probably the boots that did it. The boots rubbing against my feet is what caused it in the first place. But that's a good plan. All right then. I'll see you very soon. Bye.